The distress beacon cut through the void like a scream, its digital cry echoing across 17 star systems before reaching the nearest civilized world. On Kepler Station, nestled in the asteroid belt between two gas giants, communications. Officer Zara Chen nearly dropped her coffee when the signal pierced through the usual cosmic static. "Captain Morrison, you need to hear this," she called across the command deck, her voice tight with urgency. Captain Elena Morrison approached, her weathered face creased with concern. The 47-year-old veteran had seen enough in her 23 years of service to know that distress calls in the Outer Rim usually meant one thing: pirates. The signal crackled to life. "This is the merchant vessel Serenity's Dawn, under attack by unknown vessels. They're not responding to any communications. Please, if anyone receives this, we're carrying refugees from the Altair colony evacuation. 300 souls aboard, including children. Coordinates follow." Morrison's jaw clenched. The Altair colony had been evacuated 6 months ago when their sun began showing signs of instability. The refugees had been scattered across a dozen different transport ships seeking new homes in the outer colonies. They were the most vulnerable people in the galaxy, displaced, desperate, and defenseless. "Ma'am," Chen continued, "the signal is 18 hours old. Given their last known trajectory, they're in the dead zone," Morrison finished grimly. The dead zone was a stretch of space between sectors where no government claimed jurisdiction, a lawless expanse where pirates operated with impunity. Morrison activated the ship-wide comm. "All hands, this is the captain. We've received a distress call from a refugee transport under pirate attack. I know we're not a military vessel, but we're the closest ship to their position. We have a choice to make." She paused, looking around, at her crew of miners, engineers, and technicians, ordinary people who had signed up to extract rare minerals from asteroids, not fight space pirates. "I won't order anyone into danger, but I can't ignore that signal. There are children out there." The response was immediate. Chief Engineer Rodriguez stepped forward. "Ma'am, I've got some modifications we can make to the mining charges. Won't be pretty, but they'll pack a punch," Security Chief Hassan nodded. "The cargo haulers can be retrofitted with defensive plating. We've got enough EVA suits for boarding operations if needed." Dr. Patel, the station's physician, was already preparing the medical bay. "I'll have trauma units ready for survivors. Within 4 hours, Kepler Station had transformed from a mining operation into something resembling a warship. Mining charges became makeshift torpedoes. Cargo haulers became assault shuttles. The industrial fabricators worked overtime, producing armor plating and weapon mounts. But Morrison knew they weren't equipped for conventional warfare. They needed a different approach. "Chen, send a wideband transmission on all pirate frequencies. Tell them we're coming and tell them exactly who we are." "Ma'am?" "Trust me." 18 hours later, they dropped out of hyperspace at the coordinates. What they found made Morrison's blood run cold. The Serenity's Dawn hung dead in space, its hull breached in multiple places. But it wasn't alone. 3 massive pirate vessels surrounded it like vultures, their crews no doubt stripping everything of value. "Captain," Chen's voice was steady despite the odds, "we're being hailed." The face that appeared on screen was scarred and cruel, with the ritual tattoos of the Crimson Fleet across his cheeks. "Well, well, the famous Kepler Station finally shows its face. Come to play hero, Morrison?" Morrison smiled coldly. "Actually, Vex, I came to give you a choice. You can surrender now, or you can learn why pirates don't attack human refugee ships." The pirate captain, Vex according to the intelligence files, laughed. "You're outnumbered 3 to 1, human. Your little mining station against my fleet. Even your reputation has limits. My reputation? Morrison's smile widened. Vex, you've been operating in this sector for 2 years. In that time, how many human ships have you attacked? The pirates. Confidence wavered slightly. What kind of question? 0, Morrison interrupted. 0 human ships. Every pirate crew in the dead zone knows the rule. You don't touch human vessels. Want to know why? On cue, Chen activated a holographic display showing the wreckage of what had once been a massive pirate base. Remember the Black Star Collective? 40 ships, their own asteroid fortress, thousands of crew members. They made the mistake of attacking a human colony ship 8 years ago. The display shifted to show more wreckage. The Iron Wolves? They hijacked a human medical transport. That was 6 years ago. More images flashed, destroyed fleets, shattered bases, debris fields that had once been pirate armadas. Blood Ravens, Star Reapers, the Void Lords, all gone. All because they thought humans were easy targets. Morrison leaned forward. See, the thing about humans, Vex, is that we don't just rescue our people. We remember who hurt them, and we never ever stop. Hunting! The color drained from Vex's face as recognition dawned. Every major pirate organization that had ever attacked human ships had been systematically hunted down and destroyed, not by military forces, but by ordinary humans who had armed themselves and refused to stop until justice was served. The Serenity's Eye. Dawn isn't just a refugee ship, Morrison continued. Those are human refugees, and you've just painted a target on your back that will never disappear. Every human ship, every human colony, every human station in the galaxy now has your coordinates, your fleet composition, and your crimes recorded. There are over 1 trillion humans scattered across 50,000 worlds, and they're all coming for you. Vex's hands trembled as he reached for his weapon controls, but Morrison was faster. Chen, transmit the evidence package to every human outpost within 50 light years. Include full biometric scans of the pirate crews and ship signatures. Transmitted, Captain. You wanted to rob refugees, Vex? Congratulations. You've just made enemies of an entire species that conquered its own solar system before we could even leave our homeworld. We turned deserts into gardens, diseases into history, and wars into peace. But when you threaten our children, Morrison's voice dropped to a whisper that carried across the void like a promise of death. We become something else entirely. The pirate ships were already turning to flee before she finished speaking. But as Morrison watched them disappear into hyperspace, she knew it didn't matter. Humanity had long memories and longer reach. Within days, every human ship in the sector would be hunting the Crimson Fleet. Within weeks, human bounty hunters and mercenaries would join the search. Within months, human military contractors would be hired by other species who had lost ships to these same pirates. The Serenity's Dawn was saved, its refugees rescued and relocated to safety. But more importantly, a message had been sent to every would-be predator in the galaxy. Humanity protected its own, and the price of harming them was extinction. As Kepler Station prepared to return to its peaceful mining operations, Morrison filed her report with a simple addendum. Distress signal. Received and answered. Threat neutralized. All refugees safe.